Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tara, for those of you who don't know me, and today I'm going to be talking about ways that you can help your friend or family member who runs a small business. You probably know at least one person who does. It's become very popular for people to start a side hustle or decide that they want to stay home with their children, sort of like me. And one way that you can sort of do that is by running your own business where you set your own hours and you set how you work and you don't have to answer to a boss, which is pretty awesome. Now, one thing that might concern you about a friend or family member who has a business is them hassling you to buy their product, try out their product, or in the case of multi-level marketing businesses, to join their business. Now, it's true that a lot of business people can be very pushy, and especially the MLM industry gets a really bad rap for this. However, if it's your friend or family member, giving them the benefit of the doubt and seeing if you can help them would really be appreciated. If someone is too pushy for your own comfort, you do just need to be firm and direct with them. No one is holding a gun to your head, so you do have a choice, and if someone is being pushy, just say, look, I don't want to buy it, or look, I don't want to do this, please stop. Because if you're worried about offending someone in a small business, especially in one where they need to recruit or they need to really do a lot of pitching to sell their products, they hear the word no all the time, literally all the time. So you're not going to offend them, especially if they are a real good friend or family member. And if it's someone who's going to be upset with you for not spending your hard-earned dollars, they're not really a good friend anyway. That being said, when you do support a small business, especially your friend or family member, it is appreciated beyond belief. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate everyone who ever bought a product from me when I would sell Arbonne, or anyone who basically did anything to help support me in any way, whether that is spending money or not. And that brings me to today's topic, which is ways to help your friend who has a small business. That doesn't necessarily mean spending money, because there are plenty of ways that you can help support us, and we all really, really appreciate anything that you can do to help us. So the first thing that I would suggest doing if you want to be supportive is to follow their social media. Most people who run an Etsy shop, have an MLM business, services, anything like that, blogs, they will have social media accounts set up. So there will be a Facebook page usually, an Instagram page, Pinterest and Twitter, and I think that's it. There's probably others. YouTube, obviously. Hello. So following, subscribing, liking the pages is a really big help, because even if you're not really looking at our stuff, giving us that number, that extra follower, the extra subscriber, looks good on our pages. And it makes it appear as though there's more people supporting us, which then gives other people faith and trust into our businesses as well. So it doesn't cost a thing, just hit that like button, follow us, and you never know, you might be entertained. And my second point is, if you want to take it a step further, hit the share button. If we share something on our page, even if it's not product related or really related to our business, if we share even just a funny meme, hit the share button, because you're still getting our business name out there, or you're getting our products out there if that's what you're sharing. Doesn't cost a thing, and if you think that your friends and your followers might be interested in what we're doing or might get a laugh, just do it, because it really, really helps. Word of mouth is one of the best ways to make business happen, and that's sort of the social media word of mouth. So anyone who has ever shared one of my posts anywhere, I really appreciate it, and I love you guys. I love everyone who has done anything to help my businesses along, even if they've never spent a dime. So on that topic of sharing, the next thing you could do is pin it. So if you have Pinterest, sharing something on Pinterest is very helpful because a lot of people use Pinterest to search for blog posts, especially products, ideas. And if you share something on Pinterest, if something on one of our websites works with one of your boards, we really appreciate any pin we can get. And especially if we have our own Pinterest, if you can go in and save some of our pins, that also works too. Things like Etsy products, if you're looking at someone's Etsy shop and you see, oh, this dress looks really nice, I'll add it to my fashion board on Pinterest. That is just so helpful and so wonderful, and anyone who owns a small business will appreciate some pinning. Even if they don't have a Pinterest account themselves, it still helps share them out into the Pinterest world, which is great. Personally, I love Pinterest. I'm a very visual person, and it being a visual search engine is really awesome for me. Next is to try out the product. So this is more for stuff like with my business with Arbonne, or products that someone would need to use. Ask to sample it, ask to try it out. You don't necessarily have to buy it, but if they are especially new to a business, you can say, hey, I'll try it out and give you feedback if you want. This is something that might be a little awkward to ask someone because it feels like you're asking for a freebie. So you sort of have to feel it out with the person you're talking to. But if they just come to you and say, I just started this business and here's my product, you can say, I don't know if I can afford it right now, or I don't know if I'm willing to make a purchase right now, but I would love to try it out and give you my thoughts. Because sharing testimonials with other potential clients is still really helpful, and having your thoughts on it can be great. And on that note, another thing I would suggest is to model it. So for someone who makes clothing, accessories, anything you can wear or kind of use in a picture, and you have an Instagram account, it doesn't necessarily have to have a ton of followers, but you could ask them, hey, I would love to wear this dress that you are selling in an Instagram post, and I would tag you in it. It's sharing it with your followers. You're opening us up to people who probably wouldn't see us otherwise. Again, feel this out. Not everyone loves the idea because it feels like you're giving away products for free. But if you make it clear that you're borrowing it, you're not expecting to get something for free just because you're sharing it, it's a great help. And it also kind of just gives your followers this idea that you love our product, therefore they might love our product. So it is really great, kind of like free advertising. Sometimes that could be even better than you just buying something. Now this one's more directed at your friends who sell network marketing products, Arbonne, Avon, Mary Kay, Tupperware, Pampered Chef, Scentsy, etc. And this is to host a party. Now I know what you're thinking. No way, not happening. But just talk to your friend. I know these parties get a bad rap. They seem like you're just inviting your friends to come in and be sold to. And unfortunately, a lot of people do operate that way. However, if you talk to your friend and say, I'm thinking about hosting a party, I'd really love to support you. However, I'm concerned about X, Y, and Z. I'm concerned you might be too pushy with my friends, or I'm concerned you might, I guess pushiness is the only thing. Just talk to them and ask what their style is. When I used to sell Arbonne a lot more actively, I always approached it in more of an educational way. I wouldn't try and push products on people. I'd more just try and inform them as to why they should be avoiding certain ingredients, blah, blah, blah. And by then people would be more interested in buying my products because they know how bad the other products are, if that makes sense. So just get an idea for the way that that person is, and if they can adjust their pitch, then that would be good too, because they're still getting their products out there in front of people, on people, depending on what it is. And if anything, especially if they're new, it's good practice if you host a party for them. Now going back to word of mouth. Talk about them, talk about their products, not just on social media, but when you're just living life. If someone says something about, oh, I'm looking for this, say, I have a friend who does that. Word of mouth is still, even in today's technological age, word of mouth is still one of the greatest forms of advertising. And anyone who can get a client base who is now telling their other friends about your business, you're going to do well, because you will trust anything your friend tells you a lot more than just reading reviews online or stumbling upon a shared post on Instagram or a sponsored post on Facebook. If you tell your friend, I have a friend who does this and she's awesome, he's awesome, they're gonna believe you, and that's very wonderful for us. I'm not asking you to vouch for a company or a business you don't believe in. If you don't really believe in the business, don't talk about it, don't share it, because you're also going to be giving most likely false information or just a false feeling about how the business is if you're just making stuff up. So if you're sharing about the business with your friends and family, know what you're talking about, and only do it if you actually believe in the person's business. And of course, last but not least, buy something. So this is the only one that really asks you to spend money, and that is to buy something. And every single purchase anyone makes from my Etsy shop, any purchase anyone ever made from my Arbonne business, was really appreciated, and I can't tell you how happy it makes a small business owner when they make a sale. Like, you can go to Walmart and buy a bunch of stuff, that CEO doesn't care. And it makes no difference to him if you make a purchase or not. But for someone like me and other moms, other college students, a purchase can mean the difference between I can use my business to buy groceries instead of dipping into my savings, or I can buy this extra gift for my husband, or now I'm saving up for a vacation that I never thought I'd have. Like, you're helping people get freedom, basically, and it's a really wonderful thing when you can support local small business. So there you have it. Those are my tips for how you can help someone who has a small business. And I just want to say, you're not a bad person if you don't do these things. They're all optional. I'm just giving you ideas for if you do want to help support a friend or family member who has a small business. These are great ways you can do it without breaking the bank, because I know a lot of people, they see small business and they think dollar signs, because it's true, a lot of small businesses have to charge more than, say, Walmart, Target, whatever. And it's because our overhead is a lot higher. So we appreciate everything any of our friends do for us, even if it's just a little like on a social media post. So get out there and get that finger clicking on the like button, because we all really appreciate it. I feel like I've said appreciate it 1,000 times. So that wraps it up for me for today. My daughter's waking up apparently, so I think I gotta go get her, and worked out well because I'm done all my tips. Next Friday I have a fun St. Patrick's Day craft that I'm going to show. So I am looking forward to that, and until then, goodbye.